If you're over 60 and tired of confusing nutrition headlines one day, eggs are heart bombs. The next, they're superfoods. This might surprise you. Most of what we were told about eggs in the 80s and 90s didn't come from today's best research. And that matters, because eggs are one of the few whole foods that can support muscle, memory, vision, and metabolism all at once, exactly the systems that need the most love after 60. Let's talk plainly. Many seniors quietly struggle with three things: muscle loss, your legs feel weaker on stairs; brain fog, names, lists, and appointments slip; and frustrating lab numbers, blood pressure, triglycerides, or A1C that won't budge. Here's the hopeful truth. Used wisely, eggs can help, not as a magic pill, but as a nutrient-dense anchor in a simple, senior-friendly eating pattern. Why am I so confident? Because modern evidence from U.S. institutions including Harvard's long-running cohort studies, the Mayo Clinic, and the NIH shows that for most people, up to 1 egg a day fits well in a heart-healthy pattern, think Mediterranean-style eating, and supports the very nutrients older adults tend to lack: high-quality protein, choline for brain and liver, and lutein, zeaxanthin for eyes. And for active, otherwise healthy seniors, some clinicians comfortably allow 2 eggs on many days as part of a balanced plate. Your personal number should be guided by your doctor, especially if you have diabetes or high LDL. In this video, we'll cover what makes eggs different from other proteins and why that matters for aging muscles and energy. The cholesterol conversation updated. What large American studies and cardiology groups say now. The brain and eye advantage, choline, lutein, zeaxanthin, what they do and how to absorb them better. Smart pairings and cooking tips, so you actually use the nutrients you're paying for. Who should be cautious, and how to personalize egg intake with your clinician. How to choose better eggs on a budget, labels decoded without the marketing fluff. My promise, I'll keep this friendly, factual, and practical, like a chat with a trusted doctor who respects your time and your life experience. You'll walk away knowing exactly how to put eggs to work for your heart, memory, and mobility, and when to adjust. Why eggs punch above their weight. After 60, most people over 60 don't realize that muscle declines faster than it did at 40, not because you did something wrong, but because hormones shift and digestion becomes less efficient. That's why protein quality matters more now. Eggs are often called the gold standard for protein because they contain all essential amino acids in a ratio your body can easily use. In practice, that means better muscle repair after a walk, yard work, or light strength training, steadier appetite control, and a gentler blood sugar response compared with a bagel or sugary cereal. Unlike lean cuts of meat, a whole egg naturally pairs protein with healthy fats in the yolk. That's useful for older adults who struggle to feel full on diet foods. Fat in the yolk also helps you absorb fat-soluble nutrients in other foods, which is why a simple spinach and egg scramble can deliver more usable vitamins than spinach alone. Mayo Clinic dietitians often remind patients, add a little healthy fat so your body can use the good stuff. The egg yolk does that for you. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: cholesterol. For decades, we were told dietary cholesterol, like the cholesterol in egg yolks, directly drove blood cholesterol. The updated picture is more nuanced. Harvard-affiliated cohort studies, Nurses' Health Study and Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, have generally found that up to 1 egg per day is not associated with increased heart disease in the general population eating an overall healthy diet. Cleveland Clinic cardiology teams emphasize patterns. Eggs within a Mediterranean-style pattern, more vegetables, beans, whole foods, fewer refined starches, look very different in the bloodstream than eggs plus white toast, processed meat, and sugary coffee drinks. The American Heart Association suggests most healthy adults can include eggs as part of a heart-healthy diet, paying attention to total saturated fat, fiber intake, and overall quality of the plate, important nuance for diabetes. Some studies suggest people with diabetes may respond differently to dietary cholesterol and certain saturated fats. That doesn't automatically mean no eggs, but it does mean you should talk with your clinician about your LDL, non-HDL cholesterol, triglycerides, and A1C, and consider starting with one egg on most days in a high-fiber, plant-forward pattern. Bottom line, for many older adults, eggs can be part of a heart-smart plan, especially when the rest of the plate is doing heavy lifting: leafy greens, colorful vegetables, beans or berries, olive oil, and movement. The brain, eyes, and liver. Love. What's in the yolk? Here's where eggs quietly shine for seniors. Choline, about 125 or 150 milligrams per large egg. Most Americans don't meet the adequate intake for choline, a nutrient your brain and liver need. Choline helps build acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in memory and attention, and it supports liver fat metabolism. NIH Office of Dietary Supplements. That's why clinicians often call eggs a brain and liver food. Lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids that concentrate in the retina, the back of your eye. Higher dietary intake is associated with a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration. Eggs deliver lutein zeaxanthin in a highly absorbable form thanks to the yolk's natural fat. Vitamin B12 absorption can decline with age due to lower stomach acid. Eggs provide B12 in a form your body can use, supporting nerve health and red blood cells. Vitamin D varies by egg, and vitamin A, retinol. Both support immune function, vision, and skin barriers. Think sinuses, lungs, gut lining. If you've ever wondered, why do I feel more steady after an egg breakfast than toast? This combo is part of the answer. You're stabilizing blood sugar, feeding the brain, and supplying anti-inflammatory micronutrients in one short order. Let's convert science into something you can eat today. The senior start. If your labs are stable and your clinician is on board, try one whole egg at breakfast most days, paired with 2 cups of vegetables: spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, or peppers, sautéed in 1 teaspoon olive oil. Add a small side of berries or half an orange. This keeps fiber high, sodium low, and antioxidants up, a combo supported by cardiology teams at Johns Hopkins and Cleveland Clinic. Protein boost days. If you're active or doing light strength moves a few times a week, wall push-ups, chair squats, resistance bands, many clinicians allow 2 eggs on those mornings to support muscle repair. Mediterranean twist. Swap butter for extra virgin olive oil, add a handful of arugula or kale under your eggs, and sprinkle with herbs and black pepper. Research shows the fats in the yolk help you absorb more phytonutrients from greens. Cooking tip. Keep yolks a little soft, over easy or softly scrambled. Over high heat can oxidize fats and reduce some sensitive nutrients. Low and slow is your friend. Choosing eggs. Without the marketing headache, labels can be a maze. Here's the quick, honest version. Pasture-raised. Hens actually spend time outside. Yolks often richer in lutein and may have a better omega-3 profile. Organic. Feed is organic. No synthetic pesticides. Doesn't guarantee outdoor life, but often part of better systems. Omega-3. Enriched. Hens are fed flax or algae. Helpful if you rarely eat fish, though amounts vary. Cage-free. More space than caged, but may still be indoors. Budget reality. If price is tight, regular store eggs are still nutritious. You can upgrade the plate around them. Extra veggies, olive oil, berries, and movement. Food safety matters at any price point. Keep eggs refrigerated, cook whites fully, and use clean utensils, ear surfaces. In the next part, we'll dig into how many eggs are right for you, based on your labs and medications, the updated cholesterol science in plain English, and smart pairings that lower blood pressure risk and improve absorption, e.g., why tomatoes plus eggs plus olive oil is a heart and eye trifecta. We'll also cover who should be cautious: diabetes, familial hypercholesterolemia, and certain gallbladder issues, and how to personalize with your clinician. You've got options, and they don't require perfection. Just a few steady, delicious habits that make your next decade stronger. If you grew up hearing eggs clog arteries, you're not alone. For years, that line echoed through doctors' offices, morning news shows, and cereal commercials. But here's what most people never heard: the science changed, yet the fear didn't. The truth is more nuanced. Eggs contain cholesterol. Yes, about 185 per large egg, but in most healthy older adults, that cholesterol doesn't translate directly to higher blood cholesterol. Why? Because your liver naturally regulates cholesterol production. When you eat more from food, your liver produces less. When you eat less, it makes more. It's a balance system, not a simple in-out equation. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health followed over 170,000 men and women for 3 decades and found that up to 1 egg per day was not associated with increased heart disease risk in healthy people. And for those who paired eggs with vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil, the protective benefits even seemed stronger. The American Heart Association echoed this in its 2020 guidance. Healthy individuals can include up to 1 egg per day as part of a heart-healthy dietary pattern. What matters most isn't the egg, it's the company the egg keeps. Let's make that real. An egg with buttered white toast, bacon, and sugary coffee. Not heart-healthy. An egg with avocado, spinach, olive oil, and berries. A nutrient powerhouse, same egg, different story. Why this matters more. After 60, as we age, metabolism slows, arteries stiffen, and inflammation rises. That makes the quality of your diet matter more than ever. Eggs deliver what aging bodies often struggle to get enough of: complete protein, choline, vitamin D, and antioxidants like lutein, all of which support healthy arteries, liver, and memory. Protein for muscle and metabolism. Every decade after 40, you lose roughly 3 or 8% of muscle mass. Without high-quality protein, like the kind found in eggs, that loss accelerates. In fact, the Mayo Clinic reports that older adults who consume 25-30 grams of protein per meal maintain strength better and recover faster from illness or surgery. 2 eggs provide about 12 grams of that goal, plus healthy fats to keep energy steady. Choline for brain and liver. Choline acts like a traffic controller for fat and memory. It helps move fat out of your liver, preventing fatty liver disease, a growing issue in Americans over 60, and fuels acetylcholine, the brain's key messenger for focus and recall. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, over 90% of Americans don't get enough choline, but 1 egg delivers about 30% of your daily need. Lutein and zeaxanthin for the eyes and brain. These compounds, concentrated in the yolk, protect your retina from oxidative damage and brain cells from aging-related inflammation. The Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that seniors with higher lutein intake had better memory and mental flexibility. Vitamin D and K2 synergy. Pasture-raised eggs can naturally contain more vitamin D, while all yolks contain K2, which helps move calcium into bones instead of arteries. That means stronger bones and cleaner arteries. So, when you see egg shocker cholesterol bad, remember that's outdated thinking. The modern equation looks more like egg plus vegetables, plus healthy fat plus movement, longevity support. But what about people with high cholesterol or diabetes? Excellent question. And it's where personalization comes in. If you have diabetes, high LDL, or a family history of early heart disease, you should still include eggs strategically, not eliminate them entirely. Here's how to do that smartly. Focus on quality. Choose pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched eggs. These have higher levels of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats, DHA and EPA, and lower omega-6 ratios. Mind your pairing. Avoid processed meats or refined carbs with your eggs. Instead, pair with leafy greens, avocado, or tomatoes, which balance blood sugar and provide antioxidants. Check your plate pattern. The Mediterranean diet, which allows moderate egg consumption, consistently lowers heart attack and stroke risk in people over 60. Watch cooking oils. Frying eggs in butter at high heat can oxidize fats. Instead, use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or a bit of grass-fed butter on low heat. If your LDL remains high despite a healthy diet, talk to your doctor about particle size and inflammation markers like hsCRP. Modern labs can tell whether your LDL is the dense, harmful kind or the fluffy, neutral kind. Eggs typically raise the neutral particles, a key distinction most people never hear. How many eggs are safe daily? Here's what the research and clinical experience suggest. Most healthy adults. Whole egg daily fits easily into heart-healthy guidelines. Active, fit older adults. Up to 2 whole eggs a day can be fine, especially if overall diet quality is strong. Those with heart or diabetes concerns, 2 to 4 eggs per week may be best, emphasizing the rest of the plate: greens, fiber, olive oil, berries, nuts. Remember, cholesterol is just one piece of a much larger heart health puzzle. Blood pressure, inflammation, stress, exercise, and gut health play equal if not bigger roles. As the Cleveland Clinic reminds patients, it's not just about avoiding cholesterol. It's about building resilience, feeding your body nutrients that protect the arteries from the inside out. Smart combinations for maximum benefit. Eggs are like nutrient multipliers. When paired correctly, they unlock more nutrition from other foods. Eggs plus tomatoes boosts lycopene absorption, protects arteries and prostate. Eggs plus leafy greens enhances vitamin K and lutein uptake for eye and brain protection. Eggs plus avocado provides healthy monounsaturated fats to support HDL, good cholesterol. Eggs plus garlic or onions, natural detoxifiers that help the liver use choline efficiently. Even small tweaks like adding black pepper to your scrambled eggs improve carotenoid absorption by up to 30%, according to Johns Hopkins nutrition research. Cooking for health, not just taste. Overcooked or fried to crisp eggs can damage delicate nutrients in the yolk. Instead, use these senior-friendly cooking tips: low and slow. Keep heat medium or lower. Poach, soft boil, or scramble gently. Preserves lutein, zeaxanthin, and choline integrity. Add a splash of olive oil. Prevents sticking and provides extra heart-protective polyphenols. Keep it colorful. Mix in spinach, bell peppers, or mushrooms for fiber and antioxidants. Think of breakfast not as just eggs, but as a small rejuvenation ritual for your arteries, brain, and muscles. A warm egg breakfast with greens and olive oil is common in both the Mediterranean blue zones and Okinawan villages, 2 of the world's longest living populations. They don't fear eggs, they respect them, use them wisely, and balance them with movement and social connection. In the next section, we'll uncover hidden mistakes many people make when buying or storing eggs, like which labels actually mean something: pasture-raised versus cage-free, how to spot oxidation or fake yolk coloring, and one simple pairing that can improve memory and lower inflammation markers at the same time. Most people don't realize that not all eggs are created equal. 2 cartons sitting side by side at your grocery store might look identical, but their nutrition profiles could differ dramatically. Why? It comes down to how the hens are raised, what they're fed, and how fresh the eggs are when they land in your kitchen. Let's break it down simply and clearly the way a trusted dietitian would explain it to a patient over 60.1. The label trap. What the words really mean. You've probably seen words like cage-free, free-range, pasture-raised, and organic. They sound healthy, but what do they actually mean? Here's the truth. Based on current USDA and Humane Farm animal care standards, caged. Unfortunately, still about 60 to 70% of all U.S. eggs. Hens spend their lives in cramped cages, with less than a sheet of paper space per bird. Nutritionally, these eggs are fine, but they often have lower vitamin D and omega-3 levels because the hens never see sunlight or eat greens or bugs. Cage-free. Sounds great, but it usually means the birds are indoors, with no cages yet still packed tightly. A little more space, but not free. Free range. Hens have some outdoor access, but the quality of that outdoor space varies widely. A door to a small concrete patio technically qualifies. Pasture raised. This is what you want if you can afford it. These hens roam outdoors, pecking at grass and insects, their natural diet. Studies show these eggs contain 2x more vitamin D, 1.5x more vitamin A, and 3 4x more omega-3 fats compared to conventional eggs. The yolks are usually deep orange, a sign of richer carotenoids, not fake coloring. Organic refers to feed quality, no pesticides, GMOs, or antibiotics. But organic hens might still live indoors unless it's organic pasture-raised, omega-3. Enriched, these hens are fed flaxseed or algae. Their eggs contain 100 to 200 min of DHA, EPA, omega-3 per egg, helpful if you rarely eat fish. However, make sure it says enriched with DHA from algae, not just flaxseed, since older adults absorb plant-based omega-3 less efficiently. Bottom line, if your budget allows, choose pasture-raised organic or omega-3 enriched eggs. If not, regular store-bought eggs are still a great food. Just build the rest of your plate around anti-inflammatory items like olive oil, greens, berries, and nuts. The hidden issue. Fake yolk. Color. Ever notice how some store-bought eggs have bright golden yolks while others look pale and dull? Most assume a deep yellow yolk means healthy, but not always. Some large producers use feed additives like marigold petals, paprika extract, or synthetic pigments to make yolks appear more vibrant. These colors mimic natural carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, but don't deliver the same antioxidant benefits. To spot the real deal, real nutrient-rich yolks, slightly darker orange hue, thick texture, not watery, artificially colored yolks, uniform bright yellow, thin texture, break easily when cracked. A good test? Crack 2 eggs side by side, one from a pasture-raised carton, one conventional. You'll see and feel the difference. Egg storage, freshness. Equals nutrition. You might think eggs last forever, but freshness affects nutrient retention, taste, and even food safety. Here's what nutrition scientists at the University of California, Davis recommend. Check the Julian date, the 3-digit number on the carton, usually next to Best Buy. It tells you the day of the year it was packed, 001, January the 1st, 365, December 31st. Try to buy eggs within 30 days of packing for best nutrient content. Refrigerate immediately at around 40 degrees Celsius, or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Eggs lose vitamin D and omega-3 potency faster at room temperature. Store in the original carton, not the fridge door. The carton prevents moisture loss and shields against odor absorption. Quick freshness test. Place the egg in a bowl of cold water. Sinks flat, very fresh, stands upright, still safe but aging. Floats, discard it. Cooking mistakes that destroy nutrients. Eggs are nutrient-dense, but some cooking habits can quietly destroy their best compounds, especially choline, lutein, and omega-3s. Here's what the research says. High heat, like frying until brown or crisp, can oxidize cholesterol in the yolk, reducing its protective properties. Microwaving may overheat unevenly, damaging sensitive nutrients. Best methods: soft-boiled, poached, or gently scrambled at medium heat. If you're used to fried eggs, try switching to a Mediterranean omelet. Eggs riecht. Teaspoon olive oil, spinach, cherry tomatoes, and onions. Dash of turmeric and black pepper. This simple recipe provides OG of high-quality protein, over 200 minerals choline, natural anti-inflammatory compounds, better nutrient absorption thanks to olive oil and pepper. Bonus tip: add a small avocado on the side. Its monounsaturated fat helps your body absorb lutein and vitamin D from the yolk more efficiently. The doctor's shortcut, the 2-2-2 formula. For most healthy seniors, nutritionists recommend this easy memory trick for balance: 2 eggs, 2 cups of vegetables, 2 teaspoons of healthy fat like olive oil or avocado. This formula keeps protein and fiber high so you feel full longer, stabilizes blood sugar, supports vision and brain health, encourages natural detox through antioxidants. You can use this for breakfast or lunch. It's quick, affordable, and senior-friendly. The unsung hero in eggs, lecithin. Let's go one layer deeper. Egg yolks are rich in lecithin, a type of phospholipid that helps your brain and liver function. Lecithin acts like a lubricant for your cells, keeping membranes flexible, crucial for memory, nerve communication, and circulation. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University have found that phospholipid intake may help maintain cognitive sharpness and reduce early signs of memory decline. Combined with choline, This makes eggs one of the most underrated brain foods available to seniors. In short, the real secret isn't eating more eggs. It's eating better quality eggs, cooked smartly, paired wisely, and enjoyed consistently. You don't need to overthink it. A soft-boiled egg with greens and olive oil can be as effective as any supplement for many older adults' nutritional needs. In the final section, we'll put it all together: how eggs can fit into a weekly meal pattern for heart, brain, and longevity health, and the one mindset shift that separates seniors who maintain vitality from those who slowly lose it. If you've made it this far, you already know eggs aren't the villains we were once told they were. In fact, for many adults over 60, eggs can become a cornerstone of a simple, affordable, and deeply nourishing longevity plan. But now comes the most important part: how to use them wisely. Because it's not about eating 3 or 4 eggs daily like bodybuilders or online gurus suggest. It's about using eggs strategically, in harmony with the rest of your lifestyle, to protect your heart, brain, and energy system, the 3 pillars of senior vitality. Let's make this real and practical. The Smart Egg Plan, your weekly blueprint for heart and brain health. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic and Johns Hopkins often remind older patients the key to nutrition in your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't restriction, it's rhythm. Regular, balanced meals that keep your blood sugar steady, inflammation low, and nutrients consistent. Here's a doctor-approved template for incorporating eggs safely and effectively. Frequency: healthy seniors with stable cholesterol and blood pressure. Up to 7 eggs per week, 1 per day on most days, is safe and beneficial. Active adults, walking, swimming, or light strength workouts. Occasionally 2 eggs in one meal is fine, especially after exercise when your muscles need rebuilding protein. Those with high LDL or diabetes, aim for 3 to 5 eggs per week, always paired with vegetables and fiber to blunt blood sugar and fat absorption. Pairing each egg meal should include cups of vegetables: spinach, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, broccoli, or kale. 1 to 2 teaspoons of healthy fat: olive oil, avocado, nuts, or flaxseed. Optional fiber boost: half an avocado or 1/2 cup of beans or lentils. Hydration: a glass of water with lemon or green tea to support circulation. Sample day plan. Breakfast: soft-boiled eggs on a bed of sautéed spinach and cherry tomatoes drizzled with olive oil. Lunch: lentil salad with sliced hard-boiled egg, arugula, and lemon dressing. Dinner: light vegetable soup with 1 poached egg stirred in for gentle protein. It's that simple, whole, balanced, colorful. And the secret bonus? This pattern resembles what's eaten daily in blue zones regions like Okinawa, Japan, and Korea, Greece, where many residents live past 90 with sharp minds and strong hearts. They eat modest portions of animal protein, often eggs, alongside fresh produce, olive oil, and social meals. The hidden benefit. No one talks about stability. Eggs give more than nutrition. They give predictability. After 60, your digestion, appetite, and blood sugar control can fluctuate, especially if you take certain medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or thyroid. Eggs are one of the few foods that provide steady energy without spiking or crashing your system. The protein slows digestion, keeping your blood sugar even. The fat sustains your energy through the morning. The nutrients choline, B12, lutein feed the brain and nerves gently, helping reduce that afternoon fog. According to a 2023 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed a higher proportion of high-quality proteins like eggs and fish had 30% lower risk of cognitive decline over 10 years compared to those relying mainly on refined carbs. That's not hype, that's measurable brain protection. Avoiding the egg mistake that raises blood pressure. Here's something few people realize. The egg itself doesn't raise blood pressure, but what you eat with it can. Common breakfast sides like white toast, processed sausage, or salted butter can triple the sodium load and spike inflammation, undoing the benefits of the egg entirely. To keep blood pressure in check, skip processed meats, replace with grilled mushrooms or a side of avocado. Season with herbs, not salt. Try turmeric, parsley, basil, or black pepper. Cook with olive oil, not margarine or refined seed oils. canola, soybean, corn. Drink water, not orange juice, which adds 20+ grams of sugar. Even small changes matter. The NIH-diet research, Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, shows that reducing sodium to about 1,500 to 2,000 daily and increasing potassium-rich foods, spinach, avocado, beans, can lower systolic blood pressure by 8-14 points as much as some medications. So, the best egg breakfast isn't the one that looks fancy. It's the one that's balanced for your arteries and energy. Eggs versus pills. The natural advantage. Here's where many seniors make a life-changing shift. After 60, it's easy to fall into a cycle of more pills, more side effects, and more fatigue. But nature often provides the raw materials our bodies actually need to work better, and eggs are a perfect example. Each yolk naturally contains choline for liver detox and nerve signaling, lecithin for brain membrane protection, vitamin D for bones, immune system, and mood, B12 and folate for energy and red blood cells, K2 to move calcium to your bones instead of your arteries. Compare that to taking 5 different supplements, often with mixed absorption and high cost. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic Center for Functional Medicine often tell patients, when you can get nutrients from food instead of pills, your body absorbs and uses them in harmony the way nature designed. That's not anti-medicine, it's pro-balance. Medication saves lives, but food sustains them. Food is partnership, not punishment. Longevity isn't about strict rules, it's about gentle consistency. Centenarians in every blue zone eat mindfully, not perfectly. They enjoy their food, move daily, and prioritize connection meals with family, morning walks, laughter. You can adopt the same rhythm today. Start your day with gratitude. A short walk or stretch before breakfast improves circulation and insulin sensitivity. Eat with purpose. Enjoy your eggs slowly with herbal tea, sunlight, or a few minutes of quiet. Connect socially. Share meals when possible. Companionship lowers stress hormones, protecting heart and brain health. Rest deeply. Sleep 7-8 hours nightly to let your body repair the cells those nutrients are feeding. Eggs fit beautifully into this approach. Small, humble, consistent nourishment. When to be cautious, even healthy foods need context. Here's when to speak with your doctor or dietitian. You have familial hypercholesterolemia, a rare inherited cholesterol disorder. You're managing uncontrolled diabetes or kidney disease. You take medications that affect fat metabolism or liver enzymes. In these cases, your care team can tailor how many eggs fit your plan, often adjusting other fats instead of banning eggs altogether. The power of a simple food. Let's recap the 5 key takeaways. Eggs aren't the enemy for most people. They're a complete, affordable nutrient package. Quality matters. Choose pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched when possible. Pair smartly. Combine with veggies, olive oil, and fiber-rich sides. Cook gently. Keep yolks soft to preserve nutrients. Think long-term. One simple meal, repeated often, builds real health. You can't stop aging, but you can age brilliantly. Feeding your heart, brain, and body with intention. After 60, health doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from doing small, smart things consistently. So here's a question for you. Which of these habits will you start tomorrow morning? Will it be switching to olive oil, adding greens to your eggs, or simply slowing down to enjoy your breakfast with purpose? Whatever you choose, remember this. Food is information for your body. Every bite tells your cells how to age. Make sure your message says, stay strong, stay sharp, and keep going. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more trusted science-backed health tips for life after 60. Practical, hopeful, and easy to apply. Your next decade can still be your healthiest.